Hey, what up? It's Crescent. I wanted to jump into this discussion as Gresh, Nanogenics, Ramstyle, as well as Ryuden have given their own thoughts into it, and I also want to give my own as well as hear yours in the comments down below. Now, some issues basically began to arise, or rather more began to arise and become more prominent once this Step Up banner was released and was out for 2 weeks. Now, I do have to say and acknowledge that Dragon Ball Legends does listen. They've conducted multiple surveys, they've listened to us, and changed those very things that we've complained about, although obviously not addressing all of them. And it wasn't until this banner went and left that we realized this was the best that Dragon Ball Legends was in terms of the summons. As you can see right here, this is a very good banner. You have 7 steps. The price is pretty cheap. You don't have to pay 1,000 every single step, and you even have a free multi, which is obviously fantastic, amazing. You were able to have a 5% chance to pull Ultra Instinct Sign Goku, as well as a 15% chance to pull the other 3 Sparkings. However, with this banner, it's just gotten a lot worse. You don't have your free step anymore. Every single step after your first rotation costs 1,000, and you're just getting a lot less value compared to what you were with this one. Even if you had the free step taken away, you still have the saving up of 500 chrono crystals every step, because now you have to pay 1,000 every single step. So it just becomes very expensive. The rates have been brought down lower, which is obviously a main issue. Now, this is the next thing I want to touch on. Ultras, they're going to become summonable. As Nanogenics said, there's no way that they're not going to become summonable. It's already set in stone. Toshi himself said that they're going to make them summonable. It truly is just a matter of when they're going to become summonable. Now, the next thing as well is, what is going to be their drop rate? You have LFs that have a 0.25 drop rate, a quarter of 1% chance for you to pull them, and then half of a dollar chance to pull the new LF. So now it makes you wonder, what are they going to make the chances of you pulling a summonable Ultra unit? Are they going to make it less? How would they change these other units? And even another thing as well, extremes are even harder to pull than the LFs themselves. Just look at their rates. It's strange seeing just how much worse, or the chances of you pulling an EX is even less than pulling a new LF. So that just kind of stresses it even more of how much or how big of a deal this is of them making summonable Ultra units. We've also gotten to the point where we're getting a new Zenkai every single 2 weeks. At the very least, we're going to get 1 new Zenkai unit, at the very least. But the majority of the time, 99.9999999% of the time, we're going to be getting a Zenkai every single 2 weeks. The time window in between these two is exactly 2 weeks, and you better believe by the next 2 weeks or however long it's been, we're going to get another Zenkai unit. Whether it be an LF Zenkai, a Sparking Zenkai, or a free-to-play Zenkai unit. There's not going to be 1 month up until this game perishes that we're not going to be getting a Zenkai. We're always going to be getting at least 1 Zenkai every single month. The next issue, PvP, Zenkai units, and Zenkai units in general. If you're trying to play PvP, if you're playing PvP, the majority of players don't even play PvP. Whether it be because of lag, it being dominated by ultra super powerful Zenkai 7 14 stars units, or it's just it's not good. It doesn't feel good, playing PvP knowing that you'll run into those units, into those types of players. PvP is dominated by Zenkai units. If you look at the top 100 players, you're going to see that they have at least 1 Zenkai unit. And maybe 1 out of those 100 will not have a Zenkai unit in their team. But that's most likely because they either a lag switcher, a hacker, or they just haven't done it yet. They're barely just switching out their team. But I myself, I play PvP a lot. I rank pretty much top 20k every season. Sometimes I'll go up to top 10K, but that rarely happens because that takes a lot more time. And there's not one single day, I can't go more than 5 matches without encountering someone with a Zenkai unit. I myself, I hated Zenkai units, but then I started using them myself because I saw that every 5 matches I was going to encounter someone with a Zenkai unit. And it really just gets discouraging when I know I'm a good player, when you know you're a good player, or in general when someone is a good player, but it takes one little mishap for you to do, and your opponent's units just one combo you because of how much more powerful they are, because they're using a Zenkai unit that's 14 stars, because their entire team consists of a whole Zenkai bench to their 3 main units. It just gets very, very discouraging, especially if you're a new player and you're like, okay, you know what? I want to try to climb to the top of the ranks. I'm going to go for top 20K. It's my first season. I'm just going to see if I can go for top 20K. And boom, you're already encountering Zenkai units before you even get to top 20K. There's just really no escape from it. The game is always going to have Zenkai units in PvP. There really is just not going to be one player in PvP that does not have a Zenkai unit. It's just necessary at this point. Like, if you don't have one, you shouldn't be expecting to win. I know there's a lot of people in my guild, Neo Arcadia, and they have Zenkai units on their teams. It pretty much is just necessary. And the majority of our boxes, when you look at our character list, the units with the highest power level are Zenkais. Obviously, that's kind of a big issue because that's going to make you think, oh, okay, highest power level? And I shouldn't even really be summoning for the new LFs. Why would I summon for the new LFs if I can just get a powerful Zenkai? Why should I summon for UI Sign, Jiren, Dispo Topo, Revival Gohan if I can just get a Zenkai that's twice as powerful? And I'm guaranteed to get it within 10,000 crystals. I need 3,000 crystals to take them to 7 stars with the missions, and I need 7,000 crystals to take them from Zenkai 0 to Zenkai 7. So there really is kind of no incentive to summon for some players, and I can truly see that. And some don't even touch PvP at all. They don't touch it at all. This game is primarily focused on PvP. That's the main thing that this game was made for. The story is there, but it's not very prominent. The only other fellow YouTuber I see post on it is Nindakuba. Rarely do I ever see Gresh, Nanogenics, Rhymestyle, etc. post videos of them running through the story mode in Legends, or simply see them running through the PvE aspect of the game, because PvP is the main focus. That's what is going to bring the most attention. That's what this game was made for, primarily PvP. And obviously it makes you feel good when you win, but it doesn't make you feel good when you can't go more than 3 matches without encountering a Zenkai unit somehow, some way, or you encounter just a simply laggy match, someone forces a draw, or right when you're doing your combo, all of a sudden they want to lag, but when they do their combo, it's freaking clean, no lag at all, no lag spikes, no nothing. So that just really kind of discourages anyone and everyone. And the next thing I want to touch on is, again, the Ultra units. So right now, Ultra Goku, he was the first Ultra unit to be released. Obviously, very, very unique, great, amazing animations. When I saw him myself, I was like, hey, that's pretty clean. Now, him overall by himself, he's a great phenomenal unit. He has pretty good stats. His Z ability as well as his Ultra ability is insane. 15% to damage inflicted per tag Saiyan battle member when battle starts cannot be cancelled. And it's pretty much the exact same thing with his Ultra Vegeta. Once you take them both to 14 stars, they're going to have pretty good stats. But one thing that Nanogenics as well as Rhymestyle and even Gresh said themselves is some of the animations were copy and pasted from Goku to the Vegeta. And that's obviously a main issue. They were saying how these characters have completely new, unique animations apart from anyone and everyone else, and you're never going to see any other character with the same animations, but they've obviously contradicted themselves with the release of the Ultra Vegeta with copying some of the animations, giving him some of the same animations, when you know dang well they should have either taken more time into development for this Ultra Vegeta to give him newer animations, or just simply copy and pasted everything. You know what I mean? Because all in all, he just has intro animation. You know, that's kind of whatever. And then everything else is just the usual. Every single character has a unique green card animation, a unique blue card animation. So there's not really anything special there with this Ultra Vegeta having that. His strikes, his blast, his clash animation is the exact same thing, which is obviously discouraging and ruins our trust for what Toshi said, where we were going to have a new Ultra unit with completely unique animations. Overall, man, the main issues are StepUps. Bring them back to what they used to be. Make them great again. Why did they change it? Obviously, they're trying to make more money, make it worse so that you have to spend a couple more dollars to pull the characters that you want. It's already difficult enough, man. Trying to pull a 0.25 rate unit and then not getting them, and you're spending so many crystals. Dog, bro. During the 2nd year anniversary, I spent 32,500 chrono crystals on both banners of the 2nd year anniversary. Guess how many times I pulled Super Saiyan Blue Vegito? Twice. I got him 3 stars within 32,500 chrono crystals, which took months to grind. You think that's gonna make me feel good? No, because there's guys out here pulling him 6 times in 10,000 crystals. You can't give me like a pity system to where I get a guaranteed feature unit. You can't do that. How come there isn't a pity system in this game? There should be. I'm spending 32,500 chrono crystals. I only get 2 copies of Vegito Blue. Another issue, equipment. Trying to get a good slot on any equipment is tough. It is tough. You can easily spend at the very least 15 slot removers to get a red or a pink or orange slot. And slot removers are hard to come by. Whether you're well or free to play, it's equally as difficult. You have to either grind raid for hours on end, you have to get platinum coins, or something else among those lines that takes up a lot of time, or overall is just time gated and locked behind waiting days and days on end. So that's another issue. Equipment re-rolling. You can spend 20, 30 slots on one single equipment. Don't even get me started on awakened ones. Don't even get me started on the resources you have to use on these awakened ones. The amount of time it takes to get a good slot on these guys, it takes way longer, takes a lot more time, and is even more tedious than trying to re-roll for a normal non-awakened equipment. It takes just so much more time, and it needs to be revamped. It needs to be to where if I spend, 50 or 100 slot removers, it gives me a guaranteed high slot. I don't think there's going to be anything that goes against, what I'm saying. If you spend 50 slot removers, you should be guaranteed a high slot for the slot that you've been spending 50 on. At that point, they should just be like, okay, you spent 50, you haven't gotten a high slot, we're just going to give you one guaranteed. They should do that, because if not, you're going to be spending 200, 300 on one single equipment, and you get it so low. And trying to re-roll for awakened equipments, it takes twice as much the time. You have to get 4 equipment and then one of this equipment that you're trying to awaken, and you have to do the same thing over and over. You have to spend the majority of your Ultra Space Time Rush medals on getting the awakened equipment, which is going to take a lot of resources, and Zenkai Ultra Space Time Rush takes a lot of time to get through. I mean, this game truly is just turning into Zenkais as well as just having very high stars. If you're trying to rank high in PvP and you don't have Zenkai units, or you don't have high starred units, good luck. Good luck. The majority of the time, when you're trying to rank up, get to like 20,000, you're going to be encountering Zenkais and units that are above 7 stars. That's just the way it is. You're never going to see Dragon Ball Legends change with Zenkais. That's always going to be a scar that they're going to have until the end of days. It is going to stay. Zenkais, that is going to be one of the main reasons why this game shuts down, because they're dominating PvP. I myself, I joined that side by placing Zenkai Otherworld Gogeta as well as Zenkai Transforming Dragon Ball Super Broly Gogeta on my team, and soon to be Zenkai LF Super Saiyan Vegito on my team. I mean, that's what this game's come to. You know what I mean? God Key has 3 Zenkais. Androids has what? 3, 4 Zenkais. Hybrid Saiyans got 2. And you just have tags in general getting buffed when they don't need to. Future can't go 2 months without getting a fucking Zenkai or a new unit. They just can't go 2 months without getting something towards them. Whether it be equipment, a new unit, a Zenkai, they can't go 2 months. God Key the same thing. I mean, it frustrates me to the point to where I don't want to play this game. And I just want to run through my dailies, log in every 2-3 hours, use up the energy that's filled up in my energy tank on some bonus battles, and that's it. I don't really want to play PvP because I know I'm going to run into someone that has a full-on Zenkai team, is a well, 7+ stars. It is what it is, but I do have to say, it's a love and hate relationship between Wells and free-to-plays. On one hand, we're extremely happy and thankful that we don't have to pay for updates or DLCs weekly, or otherwise we wouldn't even have weekly content in general. We would be getting it once a month. We wouldn't be having in-game ads. Thankfully, the Wells are covering it, or people who just spend money on the game in general. I myself, I'm free to play, right? So I'm thankful for it. On the other hand, I get pissed off, I get mad, other players get mad when you encounter a full-on well team, Z pluses, full Zenkai 14 stars, and they just completely dominate you. It sucks, you know what I mean? I know I've said it before, but PvP, man, if you're good, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It just takes one little mishap for you, and these enemy Zenkai units, your opponent's units, they're gonna one combo you. You're gonna get taken out. It doesn't matter how good you are, how much patience you have. All right, because it just comes down to Zenkai units, the stats, the damage they're able to deal with in such a small amount of time. It's crazy to think, you know, they're trying to balance some of these units out, but then they go back on it. They release a completely insane unit. It just seems like they listen sometimes, but then they don't. You know what I mean? We've asked for LF Super Saiyan 2 Gohan to be nerfed. He hasn't. Android 18, she hasn't. Zenkai Gogeta, he hasn't. They're just keeping Zenkais the same. They're choosing to do what they want to do. It's a business. They're trying to make money. Man. Hold on, let me calm down a bit. Let me calm down. Let me unclench my booty cheeks real quick. Let me unclench my booty cheeks. In summary, the Legend StepUps, we didn't realize what we had until they were gone. This was the last one that was great. Now they have gotten worse and worse with the release of each next step up. For the summons, we get a new Zenkai at the very least every single 2 weeks. And we're going to be getting one guaranteed every single month, whether it be an LF, a Sparking, or a free-to-play Zenkai. Equipment rerolling is extremely difficult. And once we get these summonable ultra units, what is going to be their pull rate? They're going to have to make it to where they're just as pullable as LFs. They got to make them 0.25s and then make the LFs 0.5. So there's a bunch of issues this game has. This game's going to die. You know, at some point it's going to go away. I'd say by like Dokkan's what, year 6, right? So I'd say this game's going to perish by year 6. To be honest, I don't see this game making it to year 7, to like 2030. I don't see it making up to that year. Once you get past like 10 years, that's it. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. We're getting the same content every time. We're getting Rising Battle, you know, stage 1 through 50, 1000cc, 500cc. It's the same thing, just a different enemy. I mean, there's not really much to it. You have Tournament Power. It's chess. You have to wait more than 12 hours to make one single move again and again. And you're going to forget about it from time to time. I go 2-3 days forgetting about the game mode. I maxed on energy, and then boom, I just blew it. Now I'm not going to be able to finish the tournament of power because I forgot. PvP, you got a bunch of Zenkais, people who are using completely broken units. They're not even good at PvP, but the fact that those units have such high stats, they're able to just one combo you when you do one little accident, one little mishap, and you already lost one unit. You're already getting resin rush. It's just an issue with this game, a bunch of issues. I still like it though. I still play it. I like Zenkai, Super Saiyan Gogeta. I like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I love Fusion Warriors, so I just use them again and again. Let me know your thoughts, man. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Me giving a rant, a discussion. Maybe it opened up some ideas in your head. Maybe you could comment down below and it'll open up some ideas in my head. Anyways, bruh, I'm out. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm down bad for someone. I'm down bad, to be honest. Like, I've been down bad for someone for so long. I don't even know if I could go one more day without having them. I'll tell you who it is. LF Super Saiyan Vegeta Zenkai, baby.